June 1st, 1945. In the final days of World War II, a young boy stood blindfolded and tied to a post near Braunschweig, Germany. His name was Heinz Petry, and he was just 16 years old. Moments later, a U.S. Army firing squad pulled their triggers. Heinz had been a member of the Hitler Youth, one of many teenage boys swept into the Nazi regime's final attempts to resist Allied forces. By 1945, Germany's military was crumbling, and desperate strategies like Operation Werwolf were put into motion. Young men like Petry were recruited to operate behind enemy lines. Petry, along with another boy, Joseph Schoner, was assigned to cross into Allied territory in civilian clothing. Their mission: gather intelligence on troop movements and relay sabotage orders. They were not soldiers. They had no uniforms. They carried forged documents and coded instructions. Both were caught near Aachen by American forces. At the time of arrest, they were armed only with maps, written orders, and fake identification. Under international law, that made them spies, not prisoners of war. The consequences would be far more severe. The two teenagers were brought before a U.S. military tribunal. The trial was swift. Their age didn't matter. The fact they had infiltrated in disguise, carrying enemy intelligence, sealed their fate. They were sentenced to death by firing squad. There was no public outcry during the trial. The war had hardened hearts on all sides. Even when it was revealed that Petry was just 16, the decision stood. Justice, in the eyes of the court, had to be served, regardless of age. On the morning of his execution, Heinz reportedly remained quiet. He showed no resistance. His eyes were covered, and he was bound to a wooden stake. The soldiers took their positions. A moment of silence passed, then the command was given. The shots rang out, and Petry's body collapsed. It was a cold, efficient process. A Red Cross crew later removed the body. No ceremony, no headline, just a boy lost to the machinery of war. Years later, black and white photos of his execution would resurface, images that sparked heated debate. Was this justice or vengeance? Was Heinz Petry a threat or a child soldier caught in a collapsing regime? History has mostly forgotten his name. No monuments bear his likeness. No textbooks dwell on his case. And yet, his story lingers because it forces us to ask the uncomfortable questions war often raises. Was it right to execute a 16-year-old for spying? Should age matter in times of war? And if it does matter, who decides where mercy ends and justice begins?